Kim Jong-un is evil himself, or is he just part of this system that's set up by his father and grandfather, and he's trapped? Because he's got to know what's going on. He went to school in Switzerland, so
Exactly.
he knows exactly what's going on.
He knows what human rights is,
Yeah,
how humans supposed to be treated. But that's why it's pure evil.
yeah.
Like he's not brainwashed. He has seen the real world. So you cannot say that like he was brainwashed, he has no choice. Like no, he has seen the world. The elites of North Korea study, they go shopping in Paris. I mean, literally. They go ski in Switzerland. I mean, they go to the best places in the world and travel and study. They live like the kings and queens, and Kim Jong-un has his own pleasure squad.
Yeah, what is the pleasure squad? Because I've read about this, and it's a pervy question, so pardon me, but people are curious about this.
So pleasure squad is every year the officials have to meet their quota again. It's everything's quota, the order from the party. Every region have to submit a girl who is a virgin and who is pretty and meet the all government's data, like the measure, height, look, all of it, right? And also family backgrounds. So they each year they collect all the girls from entire country, and only the ones pretty enough and the good backgrounds and the virgins going to Pyongyang. From there, they also select giving Kim Jong Un the picture. Like who do you want this year? So he picks 25 for a year. Each year he gets only 25. I mean like only 25 women girlfriends, like that's a lot.
Yeah, it seems like a lot, especially for a guy who, like Kim Jong Un, not in great shape, and his father was even worse shape. I mean, these are old dudes. They're probably not. Well, I won't go there, but
Yes, and then other girls going to other top officials.
mhm.
Then they divide these girls into different groups. Like satisfaction group is the sex group. The happiness group is a massage group. Third group is like healthcare. They give him the other health issues. So all these girls being trained for that, and their prime age is from 16 or 17 to 20 to 23.
What do the parents think? Do they know that this is what's happening, or are they like, oh, you're going to learn how to dance or
Like
something?
it's the most glorious thing that you can serve your nation.
Okay.
But not only that, the North Koreans is that when you go, I mean, you don't get paid, but you get fed. If you fed 3 times a day in North Korea, you are the most privileged person in America. I mean, in there. So in America, all these people get fed and talking how hard it's like, I don't get it.
Oh, you mean all of us are fat because we're eating too much and we can't stop?
No, like here in America, to be happy takes a lot more.
Oh, sure,
But
yeah.
in North Korea, being fed is the biggest privilege you can get in your life. So when these girls go there, they're gonna be fed. So their parents are so happy.
I thought you said fat. My
Oh no
bad.
no, being
Fed. Okay.
yeah, they
Hence
give you
my
food.
because it must be weird coming from. Look, you're in the United States. You look around. You're in the Midwest. You're in Chicago. There's a lot of fat people around, and I can't lose weight. I can't stop eating. I mean, that's got to be kind of that must have been jarring to see when you arrived here.
I did have some like a sympathetic issue in the beginning coming to America, right? Like I just never knew having too much could be a problem, right? Like I just never knew even the word is like diet. In North Korea, the most desired man is Kim Jong Un, like big belly and bald hair. That means if you are bored, you're eating fat food or something.
Okay.
And if you have a big belly, you have a status. You're very powerful because most of the people are starving. And in America now, they're talking about in South Korea to obsess with diet. And so what the heck is diet, right? And here also people say like food is a problem. There's too much. The obesity is killing us. I'm like, just don't eat. Nobody forcing you to eat
Yeah.
here.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's interesting. It's all about perspective.
So this squad of girls, they're
Mhm.
young, and then they end up doing this for until they're of marriage
23,
age or
22,
something,
yeah,
and then they
23.
just go back home.
No, because they have seen too much. So the regime, they are like when they take your daughter, it's like you gave it to your nation. So don't ever look them back. So these girls don't ever reach out to their parents ever again in their lifetime. So when you take these girls and then when they like what we say graduate, then they match them with the guards who guard Kim Jong Un, guard the top elites, guard people. Those guards also see a lot.
Ah.
So they are forever sealed from the public. And then
Oh, I
they marry.
see.
The regime make them marry each other.
Oh, what a miserable
Yeah, you
existence.
don't even choose your partner. Just give you the like, it's just being chosen, and then you get grouped and marry, and then forever, you cannot talk about what you have seen and did.
Yeah, and you're never gonna. I mean, you can never. So you never see your family again.
Never.
Oh
You
my
don't even
gosh.
hear back from them ever again.
I've heard that when people escape, their extended family. I mean, we talked about the 3 generations, 8 generations. So if someone escapes or is a defector, what happens to their family in North Korea?
Depending on the status of your family. So also the punishment was a lot lower during the Kim Jong Il time, the second Kim. I told you Kim Jong Il didn't really care in the beginning that people escaped in the 90s. Like, oh, if they don't like it, just go, let them go. Why do we bother, right? And then so back then, like my family was also lower class, and nobody. I mean, they got like interrogated and tortured a little bit in the beginning, but they all got set free.
Mhm.
A lot of North Korean defectors, like now in America, very low number. Over only 200 North Koreans made it to America during the last almost like 80 years.
Really?
Yeah, I think
200.
207 or something like that. And somehow America doesn't want a lot of North Koreans to come either. So
Oh, really? I didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah, they don't like the North Korean refugees that much. So
Huh.
I had to come here as a South Korean
Oh, I
and get
see.
all the working visa. Like exactly what South, it's impossible to come to America if you're South Korean. So uh, North Koreans usually go to South Korea. So now there are 33,000 North Koreans made it to South Korea during the last like 80 years. And so most of them are not high class. But the top class, when they do the family, like 3 to 8 generation, that does get like punished.
So is this a complex issue for you? Like, do you know what happened to your family back in North Korea?
Yeah, so when I spoke out against the regime in 2014, that's when they used all my families, including my neighbors, to denounce me. And it's videos on the YouTube. And then they got all disappeared after, because I still have those people in the network that I use to get information out.
Mhm.
So they all got vanished,
So those people are probably dead then.
most likely. Yeah.
That has to be a complex issue for you then.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. Like when I was speaking, I knew I was risking my life, but I really didn't think that the regime was going to be threatened by 13 years old who escaped North Korea, who does not even have a military like secret. All I was saying is what you see on the Google satellite pictures with concentration camps and starvation that is well documented by the UN. So I thought like, what am I revealing that is new? I did not know. But because you do not obey, that's the treason, right? You escaped.
Do you feel a sense of duty to these people to spread the message far and wide because they essentially have made a sacrifice,
Of course.
unwilling
I
sacrifice?
mean, that's the thing. Freedom is not free.
Mhm.
I mean, paid an immense price to have this voice, and I don't know when I'm gonna get killed. But the thing is, there are so many people dying to be free, and freedom is not free. I think that we see that. Like, it's impossible. It's so hard to be free from the dictator.
Is there anything that they say in North Korea about the West or about America that that turned out to be true?
Oh, well, yeah. One thing was true was when I was in San Francisco, they said like the America is filled with the homeless.
Mhm.
So I mean, back then, I mean, in North Korea, you don't even have the freedom to be homeless. You go to prison if you want to be homeless,
Mhm.
right? You have to work for the party. But it was true when I came to America, there's so much freedom. Just everybody can decide to be homeless and nobody arresting you for that. So I was like, wow, I guess it was true. But then I did a volunteering work at the homeless like shelter. I mean, they had a refrigerator.
Yeah.
They had a sodas in there.
Sure, yeah.
They had a mattress in their bunker beds, right? And they had electricity. So I was thinking, wow, even homeless life is much better than North Korean elite's life.
Yeah, that's true. Internet on your phone.
And they
Yeah.
have like computers in the shelter. Like what? They have internet. So